In this video, Dan and I are going to be discussing the run that ETH is on currently, having gone from almost 1K to about 1450 at the time of this recording, how that's going to impact the NFT market, where we think things are going from here. Before we jump into that, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out. And most importantly, head to FLOLiO.com. Take advantage of all the free tools we have over there. Account valuations with TradeFloor for better accuracy. And our browser extension, it just got a recent facelift. It is looking good. It is running well. So Dan, with all that in mind, let's get right into it. You know, ETH has been steadily going down for many months now. And it's, you know, it's weird. Like if you look back 3 months, it was like 2,900 and now we're back, you know, getting excited that it's at 1,400 after being down so bad.
What a world.
So it's been crazy. Like we've seen so much going on from a global economic standpoint that is impacting all markets, and ETH, you know, crypto is the most volatile of pretty much any of these. So it's definitely going to be involved there. Now we saw ETH go under 1,000 for a little bit. It popped back up. It had been hanging out. And, you know, last week it dipped down to about 1,020, and it's been, you know, it's been climbing. Like I woke up today and I saw that it was around 1,475. It creeped over 1,500. Now it's back into the 1470s. So we're seeing a little bit of fluctuation, understandably there. You know, how do you think that this is going to impact NFTs? And do you think that, you know, this is just a very temporary recovery and we're going lower again? Or where do you think, you know, the direction of ETH is going to take us?
Yeah, well, whether it's a temporary recovery or not, I'm unsure. What I do know is that if you were to compare ETH to Bitcoin, ETH took a much larger hit than Bitcoin did, right? Like in percentages. So it's not too crazy that they recover a little bit more than Bitcoin just to like pull everything straight again.
Yeah.
But the most interesting thing is that over this year, I mean, like you and I, we've talked a lot about, like, you know, how does ETH relate to NFTs in terms of like, you know, if ETH goes up, does that mean NFTs goes down because it's like based on dollars? Or but what we can really look at now is that you can see the higher end projects be kind of stable in ETH, and even though ETH is rising, the price is listed at stays the same. So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, this is also a really good opportunity to take advantage of, you know, tax situations. Like you can absolutely sell a project, increase your ETH holdings, but at the same time be down in like USD value, and therefore, you know, have a benefit to your taxes at the end of this year. It's not too early to start thinking about how you're going to handle your 2022 returns if you're going to be profitable on the year. Like I've had some NFT sales. I'm going to be in the black when the year's over. So I'm already starting to think about like, hey, can I sell some of these and gain ETH, but reduce my tax liability in US dollars? And that's something that I think people should start considering. Not financial advice. Nothing we say in this video is financial advice. We're just kind of talking through what we think is going to happen in the market. So, you know, I'm of the belief that ETH is heading back down. And I actually just went ahead and closed out some of my trading positions in ETH to USDC because I think that we're gonna dip lower. Maybe it goes up, you know, over the next couple of days, but I still think that there's just so much out there that is bad news and is going to impact the price of all these things that I'm expecting a fall back down. I still have my longer term, you know, I kind of have my crypto holdings split up into two different, you know, wallets. Of one of them is like a long term that I'm not touching, and the other one is kind of more my trading positions. And so my trading positions are currently pretty much all in USDC. You know, and I think I have enough exposure to ETH through my NFTs as well that I don't need to go crazy and have too outside or too big of a balance in crypto at the moment.
Yeah. So what do you think about mid-range projects in terms of ETH like rising like this, going from 1,000 to 1,500?
I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on floor prices. Now, if ETH ripped from like 1,000 to 2,500, I could see a situation where floors go down because people are repricing in USD. I don't think a run up from, you know, 1,100 to 1,475 is enough of a jump to really bring down floor prices. We've seen that like over the last 6 to 8 weeks, like volume has been really slow because there's just so much money on the sidelines, so much uncertainty. And I think if we can see some stability in the price of ETH, that is going to give people confidence to jump back in. from holding USDC, and in turn, we're going to see some of that go into ETH as well, or going to NFTs as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because the uncertainty is there. Like, I bought something for 6 ETH a month ago, and if I were to sell it right now for 7 ETH, I'd be down in dollars, right?
Which, like, if you're a believer in ETH long term, like I am, that's a win. Like, you can, I don't know how the taxes are done over in your neck of the woods, but you know, here I'd be able to write that off as a loss, which is a good thing.
Yeah, no, me too. And you know, like I think they call it impermanent loss. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not smart. I'm not smart enough to come up with like fancy.
Dan, you're very smart. You're just not, you know, a tax expert.
Yeah, I'm wearing a smart shirt right now, you know, but I don't know if I'm.
You have a button-up shirt. Look at you on a Monday.
It's more like a zip-up, actually. Look, it says.
Well, it's got a collar on it, so
it's got a collar. Fancy. Yeah, that's true.
It's fancy.
That's true for sure. Yeah. So one last thing I think is that's interesting to think about is how about these small projects, right? I'm talking 0.1 ETH floor, because I think it's interesting. When ETH was at 1,000, I feel like a lot of people, I'm mainly speaking for myself, but I kind of extrapolate and think there must be more people out there like me, is that when you sell something for, or like when you have something that's like 0.1 and ETH is at 1,000, you're like, is that even worth listing? Like I feel like I'm robbing myself by listing it right now, right?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea. Like if you that's that projects aren't going to bounce back and you can still get something for it, I think that's better than holding to zero. Like I have a few things that I've sold for like 0.1, 0.2 that I'll just kind of take that money and run, and you know that it'll be booked as a loss in dollars, but I still have a little bit of ETH and enough of those. You know, I went and bought up a bunch of the Jenkins of LA Bored and Dangerous books because I had some ETH from other projects that I had sold for a loss. And so in that situation, I believe that Jenkins has higher upside, but like significantly than those other projects where that were probably going to go to zero eventually. So I'm not too, I don't think it's a bad thing. There's those small trades add up over time.
They do, yeah,
and,
for sure.
And I don't think you should downplay how beneficial that can be.
Yeah, because, it's just like you mentioned, like it's like money that you can spend or ETH that you can spend is spent much better in projects that you believe in than sitting in projects with like a low floor price and you have no confidence in them whatsoever. So
100%, totally agree with you there. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of turbulence over the coming months still, and the NFT market is not going to be spared from that. But I think the other side, First Voyage, went well, and that's instilling confidence. We're seeing cool stuff from Gutter Cat Gang. That's instilling confidence. I know Moonbirds has a lot coming up. They're silver nesting, that elapses later this week. And they're also going to have the reveal for their oddities. And then they also have, Ravens and some other stuff coming too. We still haven't seen too much from CloneX. I think that there's still stuff there. So, a lot of these mid-tier projects still have a lot going on. We've seen Goblin Town do some cool things. So there's still definitely great opportunities out there, with generative art too. Like there's good places to be, but a lot of these NFT PFP projects are not going to recover from this market. So if you can take your money and move somewhere else with it, I don't think that's a bad idea.
Very sound advice.
We'll see. We'll revisit this video at the end of the year and see where we're at. I appreciate that. Any final notes before we head out of here?
No, I'm good to go.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for watching, everybody. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and head to FLOLiO.com for all of your NFT needs. For Dan, for the team at FLOLiO, I'm Jeremy. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.